Do you really think your Kia died because it was old? Wrong. Some Kia engines have crossed 500,000, 700,000, even over 1,000,000 miles, all because they simply followed maintenance habits that almost nobody outside Korea talks about. Today, we're opening that playbook, and by the end of this video, you'll understand why two identical Kias can end up living completely different lives. In fact, one Korean maintenance habit is so unbelievably simple, it almost sounds fake. But the results are absolutely not. It might be the cheapest thing you can do to help your Kia last hundreds of thousands of miles. Secret 1. Korean oil changes are much earlier than the manual. In the US, many Kia owners wait 7,500 to 8,000 miles before changing their oil because that's what they see in the owner's manual. But here's the part most people miss. Those longer intervals are usually listed under normal driving conditions. The problem? Most people don't drive under normal conditions. Think about your daily routine. Short trips to work, stop-and-go traffic, sitting at red lights, hot summers, cold winters, lots of idling. If that sounds familiar, congratulations. You fall under severe driving conditions, even if your commute is only a few miles. And under severe conditions, Kia recommends changing the oil much sooner. Every time you start a cold engine, a small amount of fuel slips past the piston rings and mixes with the engine oil. This is called fuel dilution. The more short trips you make, the less time the engine has to burn that fuel off. Over time, the oil becomes thinner and loses its ability to protect moving parts. That's especially important if your Kia has a turbocharged or GDI engine. These engines produce more heat and place greater stress on the oil. Once the oil starts breaking down, wear speeds up. One of the first parts to suffer is the timing chain. Most people think timing chains last forever. They don't. Dirty or worn out oil can increase friction, causing the chain and its guides to wear much faster. Oil isn't judged by mileage alone. It's judged by time, temperature, engine load, driving style, and contamination. That's why used oil analyses from labs like Blackstone Laboratories often show two cars with the exact same mileage but completely different oil conditions. That's also why many experienced Korean mechanics and plenty of high-mileage Kia owners prefer changing the oil earlier than the maximum interval instead of squeezing every last mile out of it. It costs a little more today, but it can save your engine years down the road. Except, oil isn't actually what kills most modern Kia engines. Changing your oil early is a great start, but, well, even if you treat your engine to fresh oil every single time, there's another silent killer slowly building up where you can't even see it. Secret 2. Carbon is the silent engine killer. It's called carbon buildup, and it's one of the biggest reasons why some modern Kia engines slowly lose power long before they should. To understand why, we first need to talk about GDI, or gasoline direct injection. Instead of spraying fuel into the intake ports like older engines, GDI systems spray fuel directly into the combustion chamber. That gives you better fuel economy, more power, and lower emissions. It's one of the reasons modern Kias feel so responsive while using less fuel. Sounds like a win, right? Well, it comes with a hidden downside. In older engines, fuel washed over the intake valves every time you drove, helping clean away oil residue and tiny deposits. But in a GDI engine, that never happens. The fuel completely skips the intake valves. So over thousands of miles, tiny amounts of oil vapor from the PCV system stick to the valves. Dust and soot cling to that oil. Then heat bakes everything into hard carbon deposits. Bit by bit, the buildup gets thicker. You probably won't notice it overnight, but eventually, the symptoms start showing up. The engine feels sluggish, fuel economy drops, the idle becomes rough. You might even get random misfires or a check engine light. And no matter how many bottles of premium fuel system cleaner you pour into the gas tank, they won't fix the problem. And fuel additives can't clean carbon off GDI intake valves, because the fuel never touches them in the first place. The only real solution once heavy deposits form is a procedure called walnut blasting. Mechanics use crushed walnut shells and compressed air to blast the carbon off the intake valves without damaging the metal underneath. Owners are often shocked by how much smoother their engines run afterward. Some Kia owners also install an oil catch can. It's a small container that traps some of the oil vapor before it reaches the intake, helping slow down future carbon buildup. It is used as a cheap insurance, especially on turbocharged GDI engines. Many experienced Korean owners don't wait until their engine starts running badly. They stick to shorter oil change intervals, replace the PCV valve when needed, and deal with carbon buildup before it becomes a serious problem. The goal isn't to fix damage, it's to stop it from happening in the first place. But as damaging as carbon buildup can be, it still isn't the biggest engine killer hiding inside modern Kias. Before we move on to the next maintenance tip, we've got something many Kia owners find useful. Our Kia Longevity Guide is a complete buying and maintenance guide packed with engine discussions, maintenance advice, and practical tips to help owners better understand and care for their vehicles. If you'd like to check it out, there's a link in the description below. Secret 3. Transmission fluid isn't lifetime, no matter what they tell you. Lifetime transmission fluid. Fill it once and never think about it again. But if transmission fluid really lasts a lifetime, whose lifetime are we talking about? Because it definitely isn't the transmission's. Transmission fluid has one of the hardest jobs in your entire car. It lubricates gears, keeps internal parts cool, provides hydraulic pressure, and helps the transmission shift smoothly. That fluid is working overtime, and heat is its biggest enemy. The hotter the transmission gets, the faster the fluid starts breaking down. Over time, it loses its ability to protect moving parts, and tiny bits of metal from normal wear begin circulating through the system. That's why many experienced mechanics don't believe in lifetime fluid at all. Instead, they recommend changing the transmission fluid at regular intervals, especially if the car spends most of its life in traffic, carries heavy loads, or makes frequent short trips. And here's where many Korean owners do things differently. Rather than waiting for the transmission to develop problems, they treat fluid changes as preventive maintenance. It's simply part of taking care of the car before something goes wrong. But there's one important detail. Notice we said change the fluid, not flush it. A drain and fill replaces only part of the old fluid at a time. It's a gentler process that's widely recommended for routine maintenance. A power flush, on the other hand, forces new fluid through the transmission under pressure. On a high mileage transmission that has never been serviced, this can sometimes loosen built-up debris or expose worn clutch packs, causing problems that weren't obvious before. That's why many transmission specialists advise against flushing neglected, high-mileage transmissions. If the transmission has been serviced regularly since new, that's a different story. Owners of Toyota, Honda, and many other brands have learned the exact same lesson. No matter how reliable the transmission is, the fluid inside it doesn't stay fresh forever. But even a perfectly maintained transmission isn't the part that decides whether your Kia lives or dies. Secret 4. Cooling systems decide whether your engine lives or dies. Most people don't think about their cooling system until steam starts pouring out from under the hood. By then, the damage may already be done. Your engine creates thousands of tiny explosions every single minute. Without a cooling system constantly pulling that heat away, it would destroy itself in no time. That's where coolant comes in. Most people think coolant's only job is to stop the engine from overheating. It actually does much more than that. Coolant also prevents corrosion, lubricates the water pump, protects metal parts from rust, and keeps the engine safe in both freezing winters and scorching summers. But just like engine oil, coolant doesn't last forever. Over time, the additives that protect the engine begin to wear out, making the entire cooling system more vulnerable. And remember, a cooling system is only as strong as its weakest part. A worn-out water pump may stop circulating coolant properly. A sticking thermostat can keep hot coolant trapped inside the engine. A cracked plastic radiator tank can slowly leak coolant until the engine suddenly overheats. Individually, these parts aren't that expensive. Ignoring them can be. Modern Kia engines are built mostly from aluminum, which is lightweight and efficient. But aluminum has one major weakness. It expands very quickly when it gets hot. If the engine overheats even once, that rapid expansion can stress the head gasket, work the cylinder head, or create tiny cracks that aren't immediately obvious. That's why experienced mechanics never shrug off an overheating incident. Even a single one can shorten an engine's life. Many Korean owners understand this well. They regularly inspect coolant levels, replace aging hoses, service the cooling system, and deal with small leaks before they become expensive repairs. You don't get many second chances. And yet, despite everything we've talked about so far, oil, carbon buildup, transmission fluid, and overheating, none of these are what damaged Kia's reputation the most. The real story begins with one engine and a manufacturing defect that changed everything. If you're enjoying these hidden car secrets, hit subscribe, because the next one might save you thousands. Now here's where things get really interesting. If you've spent any time reading about Kia reliability online, you've probably come across one name, the Theta II engine. For many people, that's all they need to hear before saying, never buy a Kia. Secret 5. The engine disaster everyone knows, but almost nobody understands. The problem wasn't that every Kia engine was defective. The problem was that certain Theta II engines, built during specific production years, developed a serious manufacturing issue. During the manufacturing process, tiny pieces of metal debris could remain inside the engine after machining. Over time, those particles could travel through the oil passages and reach the crankshaft bearings. Now, crankshaft bearings have a simple but incredibly important job. They allow the crankshaft to spin smoothly on a thin film of engine oil. But if debris scratches those bearings or blocks proper lubrication, friction begins to build. As the bearings wear down, they create even more metal particles, making the problem worse. Eventually, the engine may start making a deep metallic knocking sound. That's the sound no owner ever wants to hear. It's called rod knock, and it's often a warning that the engine has suffered severe internal damage. In some cases, the engine could seize completely. Because the issue affected a large number of vehicles, Hyundai and Kia faced lawsuits, investigations, and recalls. The U.S. National Highway Traffic Safety Administration, or NHTSA, investigated the problem, and both companies eventually expanded recalls and warranty coverage for many affected vehicles. One of the biggest changes was the introduction of the Knock Sensor Detection System, or KSDS. This software update doesn't fix a damaged engine. Instead, it listens for vibration patterns that suggest bearing wear is beginning. If the system detects early signs of knocking, it can warn the driver before a complete engine failure happens, giving them a chance to get the vehicle inspected. If you own an older Kia with a Theta II engine, it's worth checking whether your vehicle is covered by any recalls or warranty extensions. A dealership can verify this using your VIN, and if your car qualifies, the necessary updates or repairs may already be available. Millions of Kia vehicles have reached high mileage without experiencing this problem. Likewise, newer Kia engine families were redesigned and manufactured with lessons learned from the earlier issues. This entire disaster forced Korean mechanics to become incredibly good at spotting small warning signs before they turned into catastrophic failures. And those lessons don't just apply to Theta II. They can help almost every modern Kia engine last much, much longer. Secret 6. Korean drivers warm their cars differently. Have you ever been told to let your car idle for 5 or 10 minutes before driving on a cold morning? It sounds like good advice, but for most modern Kia engines, it really isn't. Many people think the best way to warm up an engine is to let it sit in the driveway. In reality, engineers and experienced mechanics generally recommend something much simpler. Start the engine. Wait. About 20 to 30 seconds for the oil to begin circulating. Then drive away. Gently. That means avoiding hard acceleration, high RPMs, and full throttle until the engine has had time to warm up. When you first start your car, the engine oil is still thick and hasn't reached every moving part yet. During those first few minutes, the engine experiences some of its highest wear. Engineers even have a field of study for this called tribology, the science of friction, wear, and lubrication. And just because your coolant temperature gauge is sitting in the middle doesn't mean your engine is fully warmed up. Coolant heats up much faster than engine oil. Your oil can still be too cold to provide its best protection, even after the temperature gauge says everything is normal. That's why pushing the engine too hard, too soon, isn't a great idea. Driving gently warms both the engine and the transmission faster than letting the car idle in place. It also gets the oil up to its proper operating temperature more quickly, allowing it to flow and protect engine parts the way it was designed to. This is a habit you'll notice among many experienced Korean drivers. They don't baby the car by letting it idle forever. They simply avoid high RPMs until everything reaches operating temperature. But there's one final Korean habit that almost nobody talks about, and it quietly ties everything you've learned together. So, what's the biggest Korean secret of all? Secret 7, the maintenance nobody notices. Most major engine failures don't happen overnight. They're usually the result of dozens of tiny problems that were ignored for months or even years. Take the PCV valve, for example. It's a small, inexpensive part that controls pressure inside the engine. But when it gets clogged or stops working properly, it can increase oil consumption and contribute to carbon buildup. Then we have spark plugs. People often wait until the engine starts misfiring before replacing them. But worn spark plugs make the engine work harder, reduce fuel economy, and put extra strain on the ignition system. The same goes for the engine air filter. A dirty filter restricts airflow, making the engine less efficient. Even the cabin air filter, while it doesn't affect engine life, keeps the air conditioning system working properly and helps maintain good airflow inside the car. Then there's brake fluid, which quietly absorbs moisture over time. That moisture lowers its boiling point and can slowly damage parts inside the braking system if it's never replaced. If your Kia has an all-wheel drive system, the differential fluid also deserves attention. It lubricates the gears that transfer power to the wheels, and like every other fluid in your car, it eventually wears out. The battery is another overlooked part. A weak battery doesn't just make starting harder. It can put extra stress on the starter motor and charging system. Some owners also use a quality fuel injector cleaner every once in a while. It's not a miracle product, and it won't remove carbon from GDI intake valves, but it can help keep the fuel injectors themselves clean and spraying properly. Don't forget the serpentine belt either. It's responsible for driving important components like the alternator and water pump. If it cracks or snaps, you're suddenly dealing with a much bigger problem. And then there are things that don't even seem related to the engine. Keeping your tires properly inflated, getting a wheel alignment when needed, replacing worn suspension parts before they cause uneven tire wear or affect how the car handles. But take care of them as they appear, and your Kia has a much better chance of becoming one of those incredible, high-mileage success stories that people can't believe is still on the road. Before we move on to the next maintenance tip, we've got something many Kia owners find useful. Our Kia Longevity Guide is a complete buying and maintenance guide packed with engine discussions, maintenance advice, and practical tips to help owners better understand and care for their vehicles. If you'd like to check it out, there's a link in the description below. After everything we've covered, you might be expecting one final secret: a special Korean engine, a miracle oil additive, some hidden factory trick that only mechanics know. But there isn't one. The truth is almost boring, and that's exactly why it works. In Korea, many experienced owners don't wait for warning lights to tell them something is wrong. They replace aging parts before they leave them stranded on the side of the road. It's a simple philosophy: prevent instead of repair. Another thing you'll notice is that they don't always chase the cheapest replacement parts. None of these habits are flashy, but together they quietly add thousands of miles to your engine's life. But what do you think? Let us know in the comment section below, and make sure to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching, and see you on the next one.